Real life action as we speak on the beach, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my word, I honestly was not expecting this at all, and I think we're testing the mettle of our live television crews who are hot on the action there on site, which is quite amazing. Well, luckily we have the patrol group moving in fast now. They have been alerted hopefully by spotter planes, and indeed by the RFA has probably focused in on this action as well. So back to you, Cliff.
Thank you, George. As you can see, a sad day for Bournemouth CCF as the terrorists have managed to secure them into a compound, and they are now in pretty poor conditions down there. And the good news is that a text message has been got off by one of the children to their parents who contacted the MOD, and they too have tasked the amphibious task group led by the RFA Largs Bay. Largs Bay in herself has tasked Banger to look a find function, as we call it in the military, reconnaissance in old money, to try and find the terrorists and ascertain exactly what the threat is, what's going on, so that we don't just blunder in and make a potentially bad situation worse. As you can see, Banger is steaming fairly steadily to our front. If she was in a mine hunting role, of course, she'd be only conducting this at approximately 2 knots. With her sonar able to reach down and find mines up to 200 metres below us. No need for that today, of course, George, because she's a maritime recce force looking to try and find those terrorists.
Yeah, 200 metres, that's a seriously long way actually. I mean, that must be 650 feet, something like that, and it must have very, very sensitive equipment on board, using presumably some sort of sonar system.
That's right, it's a sonar that can fire forward, beneath and astern of Banger, and that will then send down the ROV Sea Fox. And Banger, funnily enough, is one of the only craft to date to have successfully fired Sea Fox in a hostile situation out in the Gulf. Our crew, of course, all returning from maritime security operations in the Gulf.
Yeah, well, I hear a hell of a lot of screaming going on, and well, gunfire. Hopefully, the Sundown HMS Banger will engage soon. Yes, the terrorists think they have the upper hand at the moment. It's fascinating you should mention text messages, because that really, really does happen. I remember I was based in Gibraltar, a text message from a climber who was on Jebel Toubkal in Morocco at about 12,000 feet. Text UK, and that launched a Lynx helicopter from a ship just off the coast of Gibraltar to do an amazing rescue, all via the MOD in London. Fantastic stuff. Okay, there's a few signals going off there, Cliff. I see the flashing lights, obviously a bit of semaphore, Morse code. It's a long time since I've used Morse code, but clearly still used by the Royal Navy today.
Very much so. I think that was a large pink tin being requested from the Wardroom Banger there. As you can see, she's dispensing her flowers, and you can hear a signal from her.
I hear the words action seeking.
Well there, George, you heard quite correctly. Banger calling the air reconnaissance from Largs Bay, and Largs Bay tasking that seeking.
And what do we expect the helicopter, what sort of support can the helicopter bring?
Well, the Sea King Mark IV, as you can see as she takes off, is a fairly venerable aircraft. She's over 40 years old, based on the Sikorsky S-51. Whilst she's old, she's extremely capable. All her avionics have been brought right up to date. She has a defensive aid suite, which is second to none. Whoa. And currently, the Fleet Air Arm have 10 of these jungly helicopters in Afghanistan.
Yeah, the junglies do a huge job. They're a sort of mixture of both aviators and, of course, Rob. Oh, my word. Well, that's clearly some sort of signal going out for the other boats. I see some sort of landing craft coming in from the left. Is that a signal to bring the troops in?
Very much so. The Banger has now taken station opposite the enemy position. The enemy has given their position away by opening fire on Banger, and Banger is using her GPMGs, General Purpose Machine Guns, 7.62, 2 forward, 2 aft, to suppress the enemy. Quite rightly, the landing craft utility you mentioned, George, to our left is the larger of the 2 landing craft in use by the Royal Marines. She is capable of 10 knots, can carry 120 fully laden Royal Marines and one Challenger tank. Not at the same time, I hasten to add. But today she's going to be used as a seaborne fire platform in order to